Cwmbran Celtic 1, Wrexham 4. Impressive performance by Wrexham, I've got to say. We're into the quarterfinals of the Adran Trophy. 7 of the 8 quarterfinalists are from the top division. The only exception being Cascade, a team that have done well in Adran South, who probably unsurprisingly beat Cardiff Met, who looked to be the weakest team in the Adran Premier this year. Anyway, we lightly rotated the team. And Cwmbran Celtic, who are celebrating their centenary this year and made an excellent positive impression on everybody, both on and off the pitch, gave us a proper fight. Now, 4-1, I would argue, is a fair reflection of how things went. We were comfortable, but we were held until the 52nd minute level, apart from a brief spell in the start of the game. And Cwmbran Celtic were A, very combative and organised, and B, defended their box brilliantly, and C, had up front in Jade Croft a player with terrific pace who was always a threat. It was a proper cup tie. You could see that we were the better side. I don't think Celtic would argue with me on that, but they always looked like they had a goal in them. And Wrexham really needed late goals to put distance between us and them. Our superior fitness. Oh, sorry, hiccups. Our superior fitness, and again, that's not a slur on Celtic, we've done this to Adran Premier teams as well, really paid off at the end. But yeah, it was a cracking cup tie. Wrexham took an early lead, 3rd minute, when a corner initially comes to nothing, but then Lily Jones gets the ball on the right side of the box, having taken the corner, punches it into the edge of the 6-yard box. Liv Fuller is running onto it, does really well to ride a tackle, and there's 1-on-1 and slots it comfortably into the bottom left corner to give Wrexham a very early lead. Fuller, who is a deep-lying playmaker in the position she's playing now, or a defender otherwise, has scored in 4 consecutive games. Not a bad run, eh? To be fair, immediately Cwmbran started to show us what threat they had through the pace of Crofts. Anthony doing really well to rob Fuller and feed the ball in behind the defence. Croft races in. Now, Del Morgan making the 2nd start of the season in goal. Really decisive, and it's important for Wrexham that she is. She sprints off a line. She arrives fractionally after Crofts get onto the ball in the right channel, in the area, but Morgan makes herself big, is coming at her at speed and blocks the shot. Great piece of goalkeeping. She pays a price for it. She has to get a couple of minutes of treatment, but she is able to continue. And Wrexham then going at the other end. At this point, you're thinking, okay, we get another goal here. It's going to be a very handsome scoreline. Lily Jones, integral in it all as ever, sweeping in another good corner. There's a terrific scramble in and around the 6-yard box. 2 shots are blocked superbly by Blake Tracy. The second one, a Phoebe Davis one from 25 yards, which you really got hold of. But then Lovett puts a great ball back in, and Suckley manages to turn and is 1-on-1 with the keeper, and just as she's striking it, a fabulous recovery tackle by Meany dispossesses her. Brilliant work by Meany, who alongside the keeper Preston would be absolutely outstanding. The number of key interventions by those two, honestly, you couldn't count. And in the 14th minute, that solid defensive work, keeping him in the game, is rewarded because Cwmbran equalise. It's Crofts who gets the ball after the defender races to a loose pass that Suckley is after and drives it clear. Crofts takes it back to Sharp, turns her brilliantly, and then accelerates. Sharp's the only one of our back three who really you would think might be able to keep up with her, but she's away from her, and she slots it very cleverly past Del Morgan. Now, we respond very well. We respond like a team who are better and are being caught, so the sucker punch would do. We're straight on the attack from the kick-off, and there's another chance. Suckley doing really well, sweeping the ball out to the right-hand side. Pritchard puts a good ball in, and again, Suckley looks the favourite to score, but as she hits it, Schwartz manages to dive in and make a terrific block to deny her once more. And a minute later, there's more danger. This time, a brilliant ball by Fuller finds Idenden one-on-one with the keeper. A superb save. Idenden tries to scoop it over her. Preston's on her way down, but just manages manages to keep up enough, stretches as high as she can and got her fingertips to it and pushes it behind for the corner. And from that corner, the pressure continues. Lily Jones swinging it in, Fuller flicks it on, Sharp picking the ball up 10 yards out, hits it well, hits the bar and ricochets away to safety. And Wrexham are frustrated. And then, having really ridden their luck, if I'm honest, in that little spell, Cwmbran Celtic then start to get a bit of confidence in this. They're in the game. They've survived Wrexham's initial attempt to go ahead straight away, and they start to get a little bit more of the ball in midfield and look to play those passes to Crofts from a little bit closer to her. They get a chance, but it's actually created by Wrexham. Pritchard doing well to win the ball, but then trying to play a back pass from the halfway line. Underhits it. Crofts is tearing after it, but Morgan, again, really does well, commits early, sprints outside the box, just beats her to it and slams the ball off the pitch. The final opportunity at the half falls to Wrexham, and it's quite the scramble. Cara Jones from a free kick on the flank, swinging the ball in. It's Sharp heading it on into the goal mouth. Indon helps it on as well. Suckley does really well, jumps with Preston, beats her to it, heads it towards goal. Fuller is tearing forwards to get her second. She's on the line virtually. The ball's about to cross the line and she's going to net it and pinch the goal. But again, Meany is there with a remarkable clearance off the line to just about get there and deny Fuller. Remarkable defending. Wrexham start the second half, having in the second portion of the first half not imposed ourselves quite as much as we'd have wanted. We start the second half exceptionally positively. Clearly a sit down at half time had led to a good talk about what's required to really put Cwmbran under, and we start quickly. Within 2 minutes, an absolutely ludicrous save by Preston. Corner is half cleared, and when the ball comes back in, Indon feeds Cara Jones in the middle of the box, and she hits a great strike, curving it round Preston. Preston hurls herself at it, gets her fingertips to it, pushes it onto the inside the post, and it bounces away to safety. Magnificent save. A couple of minutes later again, the chances come in 2 minute intervals here and until we score. We go close once more. Indon finding Lily Jones. She feeds it to Fuller, who's on the edge of the D. She fakes to shoot and then plays a nice disguise pass into the right channel, and Cara Jones drills it well, cross the keeper, but just scrapes the far post. 2 more minutes later, Lightfoot puts the ball in towards the edge of the area. A rare mistake by Meany, who mishits her attempt to clear. Cara Jones picks her up, plays a lovely little reverse pass in for Lightfoot, who's made a good run inside her. Lightfoot strikes the ball well, but straight at Preston, and just like Meany had a mistake in this move, funnily enough, Preston has a one mistake in this as well. She gets behind it, tries to catch it, doesn't manage to, and it spins beyond her and actually shows fantastic reflexes just to get quickly down and grab it to herself straight away before an embarrassing goal would have happened. So good work by her. But a minute later, she can't stop Wrexham taking the lead again. Wonderful bit by Indon. I mean, Indon's such a good player. The quality is not just the ability to do good things, it's the ability to do it constantly and succeed at it. And it's so rare that Indon gets the ball back to goal when she drops off that she doesn't turn her marker and play a pass. On this occasion, just classic what she does. She turns beautifully, feeds a perfectly weighted pass. Lightfoot is making a run out to win, so it coming inside the wide defender, and that pass by Indon going across her means Indon's got to get her pace exactly right, put it in exactly the right spot, or it bounces beyond Lightfoot, or at least forces her wide. The pass is perfect, and Lightfoot does what Lightfoot does. She brings it down nicely, cuts onto her right foot, and curls it around the keeper. Great finish, little bit of height in it as well, just to make sure it's hard to reach. Super finish, and Wrexham are ahead, and we don't take our foot off the gas. We keep pushing on. Another great ball from deep by Fuller, picks out Cara Jones on the right hand side. She stabs a good first time cross in. Indon's made an excellent run across the near post, tries to flick it in, doesn't quite get enough on it though, and from close range hits the side netting. 63rd minute, we make a couple of changes. Ava Suckley and Rebecca Pritchard come off, and on come Brooke Cairns and Rosie Hughes. Hughes goes up front, Cara Jones switches to the right, Cairns for Suckley is a straight swap in midfield. And soon after that, while we're settling in, Cwmbran get an opportunity. It felt like in the second half, it was big chances or nothing for them. The tiredness is showing a bit now, to be fair, but Crofts is their one outlet, but she's a good outlet. A ball forwards and uncharacteristically, Phoebe Davis tries to be calm on the ball. That's not uncharacteristic, but she actually turns into trouble and Crofts tackles her. She breaks threateningly down the right-hand side and plays the right pass, pulling it back to Anthony around the penalty spot, who's got plenty of time to choose a spot. Hits it well, but Sharp makes a tremendous block to deny her. Halfway through the half, Wrexham start to up it again, and we go close. A nice build-up, Lightfoot cutting inside. Maybe should have been more selfish and shot herself, but instead she helps it on. Inden moves it on further. Cara Jones slashes in a powerful shot, which is blocked. It comes up to Cairns, and she has a real great chance 10 yards out, and she makes good enough contact. Another fantastic save by Preston, who stands her ground and makes a brilliant parry, putting it behind for a corner. The corner comes in. It's cleared, but Cairns, who's back in the halfway and attacks it decisively, heads it forwards. The defence is stepping out, Fuller's stepping out with them, but she gets underneath it and flicks it on with her head, and that puts Abby Iddenden in on goal. Cwmbran thought it was offside. There's only one camera angle really at that end of the ground. Having had a look at it, I think she's on, but it is close, and she finishes it very calmly into the bottom right corner. So 3-1 up now, and this is starting to look comfortable. Rosie Hughes comes on, and in this sort of game where Cwmbran sometimes had quite a high line and now they're tiring, it's perfect for her and she causes problems. On this occasion, she 20 minutes from the end bursts down the right channel from deep. I think she's waiting for Iddenden. She knows Iddenden's trying to keep up with her and that she's not marked. And I think Rosie Hughes is waiting for Iddenden to arrive so she can put one on a plate for her. Trouble is, Iddenden doesn't arrive in time, and Hughes, I think, decides, OK, I've got to get my head down and go for myself. And she's unlucky. She beats the keeper and just scrapes it past the far post from about 15 yards out. Mary Gibbard comes on to give Phoebe Davis a break, but 73 minutes this time. She's building up her ability to put in a 90. It's fantastic to see. And soon after that, when I'm saying that it's looking comfortable, 12 minutes left, you just get a reminder that this is not over because Crofts is still on the pitch. She beats Katie Sharp brilliantly down the right-hand side, cuts inside this time. Maybe she thinks, like, I'll just do it myself here. Doesn't bother cutting it back, tries a shot, it's a tough angle and she doesn't get it right, puts it over the bar, but it was a good effort. At the other end, Wrexham then go close again, a Lily Jones corner, as Rosie Hughes gets up and heads it into the goal mouth. And again, Sharp's charging in here, looking to just get a touch about a foot out from the line. And a combination of, well, a defender lunges at it and probably has some effect, but I think Preston actually managed to get there with a foot and knock it away off the line. Really close thing. 3 minutes left, Lily Jones turns on a bit of magic. Cwmbran, like I said, by now really are tired. They're dropping quite deep. Lily Jones finds herself alone in midfield, except for one player trying to nick the ball from her. And so she waits for it, flicks it over her head, brings down the other side. And then, you so often see players do those tricks and they don't play the right pass, but she then plays a beautiful ball into Lightfoot, who's a constant threat on her left-hand side. And she feeds the ball across. It's a great hand by the keeper Preston, lunging while Iddenden lurks beyond her to tap it into an empty net. A great intervention. 2 minutes left and Emma Burnham comes on for a debut. Lovely moment for her, replacing Liv Fuller. And actually, Cwmbran then gets an opportunity. The game is gone by now, of course, but second minute of added time. Crofts again accelerating behind the defence. Again, one last time. Del Morgan judging perfectly, getting out of the box and beating her to it. And within a minute, Wrexham have the fourth. Third minute of added time. Wrexham with a breakaway. Players over. Iddenden's on the ball on the right-hand side. You have faith that Iddenden will make the most of those sort of situations. They're the sort of situations that you feel you really should score from. But so often, players don't quite get it right. She gets it perfectly. She carries it as far as she should into the box on the right side and then slots it across Lily Jones, who finishes neatly. And it's 4-1. great performance, very enjoyable. The momentum really building in this team, and credit to Cwmbran Celtic as well. Like I said, very good hosts and genuine, tough opponents. They made us work, and I really, I've got a lot of admiration for them. I hope they do well in the Adran South this season. Looking at the performances, well, Del Morgan did so well. I mean, that opening save from Crofts, I guess the only real save she had to make, but she makes 3 interventions coming out of the box and just beating Crofts to it. And her alertness was crucial in keeping Crofts from scoring more than once. The back three, Phoebe Davis again, brilliant. Another 73 minutes, and the passing was very, very good. Found that one unusual error. She was rock solid at the back as well. Big credit for Erin Lovis, I thought. She made a couple of mistakes early on when Crofts was going at her, or when a big sort of hybrid midfielder Boyd was going in the air with her, and she recovered exceptionally well from that, playing on the right side as a centre-back, to really use the ball very intelligently and to, as ever, be impressively aggressive in her area of the pitch. And then in the middle of those two, I thought Katie Sharp was very impressive. I mean, bless her, hit the bar, nearly had a tap in, but she really did very well. I do enjoy watching her play. Her range of passing is great out from the back. And she can open games up with her passing into midfield, and she defended solidly as well. Like I said, she was the one who had the pace to deal with Crofts. She did it on one occasion superbly when Crofts broke down on the left-hand side in the second half, and the Sharp did brilliantly to stick shoulder to shoulder with her and force her essentially to do a U-turn and go back up the other way. Great defending. The wing-backs, well, on the right-hand side, Rebecca Pritchard could put some good service in. She was up against a feisty fullback in Roderick, who I thought did pretty well, but Pritchard still managed to get a few good balls into the box. On the left-hand side, Lightfoot was very, very good, and especially in the second half, I thought that she really brought things alive in the second half. She was cutting inside, was a constant threat, either shooting or crossing. Really great to see. Centre mids, well, Fuller was terrific. Fuller, as always, is terrific. 4 goals in games in a row that she scored in. Controlling play nicely, such good passer of the ball, and such good accurate passing as well from deep positions into threatening positions. She really helps with transitioning, just by shifting the ball quickly. The other midfielders, Suckley, again, such wholehearted commitment. She really fought for every inch in midfield, and she's always a goal threat, and just had one of those days where it wouldn't quite go in for her. Lots of heroic blocks and tackles that denied her, but another good all-action performance, and I'm enjoying Suckley in this slightly deeper position. She's doing well. Lily Jones, again, was an absolute touch of class. I mean, was brilliant. Her vision, her passing, the way she drives play forwards, her set pieces, again, is great stuff. It was interesting because I was right by the side of the pitch. You get a real indication of the non-stop energy she's got. She'll just make a driving, 40-yard run forwards, and then if the attack doesn't come to anything, she'll immediately go and make the recovery run back again. Doesn't seem to bother her at all. Superb stamina, excellent performance. Player of the match contender. Abby Ivenden, though, is the person who gets to shout for me. She also scored in the 4th game in a row and just showed such quality. You know, again, her creativity, the weight on her passing, good finish for the goal as well. She's a hell of a signing. Great work by her. Yeah, player of the match. Oh, and I met, I'm not sure it's hers or a parent's dog, and it's an impressive dog. I tell you, very friendly and very big. I was impressed. Sorry, maybe slightly off the point there. Cara Jones, again, I really enjoyed her performance up front. I've said this a few times this season, she really deserved some goals and didn't quite get them. Tested the keeper a few times. That save that was tipped onto the post, well, she can't do much more than that. It was a great strike. When she moved to wing back after the early substitutions, she was putting a lot of good service in there, and her energy, again, like Lily Jones, non-stop. So impressive from her. And like I said, with the subs, Emma Burnham came on to make a debut, didn't get that much time, but looked comfortable on the ball when she did so. Didn't really have to do much defending. The only threats when she came on the other side of the pitch. Mary Gibbard got a quarter of an hour and was her usual safe pair of hands in midfield, very controlled on the ball. I thought that Brooke Cairns made a real impact. You know, very sharp, tiring midfield, and she was getting to everything. She really carries the ball very comfortably, and I was really impressed with the way that she did that. And then Rosie Hughes, frustratingly, didn't get the goal, but was dangerous, winning headers in the box, carrying the ball forwards, went close to that shot where she was waiting for Iddenden. And yeah, okay, didn't get the goal, but doesn't matter that much. The fact of the matter is, again, she looks sharp coming on and making an impact. So, great game. Really enjoyable. The draw for the next round is 8 o'clock Tuesday night, so don't expect me to be focused too much on the game at Port Vale. And so we look forward to see what we're doing next. Next Sunday, nice trip down to Avelin-Helly, which is another nice part of the world, and should be a pleasant Sunday in a game where Wrexham again will visit a lower division team. And as Cwmbran Celtic showed, these lower division teams are able to put a good fight up, but Wrexham are really on a roll at the moment, and lovely to see. The chances are starting to go in, and we are really looking coherent. With a final score of Cwmbran Celtic 1, Wrexham 4, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.